1, 2, 3. Hello, this is Ryan Riccatelli with asnews.net and the Kiteboarder magazine and kiteforum.com, and I am standing here in the SurfTech booth with Robert Highland. He works for SurfTech. Why don't you tell people what you do for SurfTech?
Well, I'm the National Sales Manager for SurfTech. I focus primarily on the surf division. I do a lot of work with all of our major accounts throughout the country, both East and West Coast, and I help provide all the information that our sales staff needs to be as successful as possible.
Well, that's cool, and a lot of kiteboarders, they like to use SurfTech boards, for what we do, and why don't you explain to us some of the technology and why SurfTech is what it is?
Well, one of the main reasons why our boards are used so widely throughout kite, surf, and everywhere else in the different high impact, especially sports, is because of our boards being as durable as they are. One of the main reasons why is because there's a high density sheet foam that wraps all the way around the board, both top and bottom in both our Tough Light and our TL2 construction. That high density sheet foam provides an awful lot of strength and a lot of durability, and a key performance characteristic of having that quick, fast, and really strong response. So with that technology, combined with our fused cell EPS Tech Light core, which does not absorb any water, it's a board that will not delaminate. It's a board that will deal with a whole lot of stress, and it'll last for as long as you can ride it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's how our product works.
So you have two different types of layups then.
Yeah, this is Tough Light, and Tough Light boards are what you've seen. We've been doing it for a good long while. You can recognize it by that painted finish. Tough Light started a while ago in about the late 80s as far as our initial offering in the market. We've been doing it for a while now. It's just a very strong, rigid product, and it's probably the product that's most widely used by kiteboarders because of its availability, B, the fact that we do have several shapes available in that technology, more so than we do with the TL2, and because, again, the wide variety of shapers as well. It's the strongest product we make, which is also one of the main reasons why it's successful with the kite industry as well as the surf guys as well. So it's that high density sheet foam, which is specifically for Tough Light, that makes it as durable. Now the difference with TL2 is that we can engineer specific flex in this high density sheet foam. It can be blown so that any one of these shapers can tell us we need a softer flex in the tail and a stiffer flex in the nose to provide a very specific performance for your board. So that's a new technology from us, and that's the reason why there's not as much product offered in the TL2, but it's on its way, and it's certainly coming along as being one of the top ridden technologies amongst our kite surfing team and our kite surfing employees and what have you.
Nice. Well, why don't you take us through some of your products here?
Well, it's become clear that in a lot of cases guys are riding boards considerably smaller than what they would be surfing on. This particular board is the 5.6 Paizel. It's a John model. It's actually John. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's a top surfer in Hawaii, and he's just a young kid. So this is his full-size board. But this board's also an excellent shape. It's got a good little single concave all the way throughout, and it's going to give you lots and lots of speed. It's plenty wide, and it's affixed with our kite traction, which is a strong, high, really tough adhesive with sonically welded inserts that you can remove the straps and ride it as a regular board. And those things are sold separately, and you can turn any board into a kite board. Certainly a lot of guys are going strapless as well. So you can take the straps off and you just now have a traction setup. So that's the 5.6 Paizel, and it's been one of our best sellers as far as one of the newer products that we have in our line. We also have the 5.2
The stretch.
And that's a quad. And that thing, again, clearly a little board, but when you're powered, you don't need as much surface area, you don't need as much board, and this thing's been really hot.
Thing's awesome.
Just a good little size there.
That's really nice.
And real lightweight, as you can clearly feel.
Yeah.
And it's got a good amount of flex. It's a nice thin performance rail. It's just a solid little board. And this one's been taking off quite a bit as well for us. Not just with the Groms surfing it on a regular basis, but the Kite guys for sure because of its lightweight and its good performance.
Right on.
And then on top of that, there's a lot of guys that are going even smaller. And we're finding a lot of our team riders are actually starting to prefer strapless and skims. They have plenty of float. They're incredibly durable. They're very, very strong. They're lightweight, more so than any surfboard you'll get your hands on for sure. And with the single concave, they're still going to have that quick speed and response that you get out of your regular surfboard. And then of course the loaf, which is a little bit thicker. This is your 3-inch thick loaf with detachable fins, so it can be used for skim, kite, wake surf, regular surf, anything you want. So this is the workhorse of the whole fleet right here, and this thing's being used all over.
That's awesome. Now, tell us a little bit about like all the different people that, all the different shapers you're involved with, and how many boards you have, because you guys have so much. It's like overwhelming.
Well, you're looking at a line that's essentially representing 65 different shapers. And what we do with our shapers, be it our skim shapers, our surf shapers, our stand-up paddleboard shapers, these are the guys that have really got surfboard construction and design to where it is today. They're responsible for why all of us are here. And we have the opportunity, using our technology, to provide these proven shapes that these shapers have been making for years and years and years in our technology. And by doing so, it not only allows them to continue to be represented widely in their shops, on the racks, and in the beaches, and in the water, but it also frees them up, production-wise, to try new things and branch out and attempt to make new designs and mess with new fin setups and all kinds of different stuff. So it frees them up in terms of not having to do that over and over and over production of that same 6'4" squash tail thruster or what have you. So we partner with shapers. We offer particular shapes that they've had considerable degrees of success with, and of course we pay royalties. We pay back our shapers, the guys that got us to where we are, as a way of saying thanks and obviously a way of doing business. So we do provide an income for these guys that allows them to continue to shape and to continue to push their line and progress just like we do. That's
great. Well, man, thanks for your time today, and we're going to go around and film some of the boards. And where can people learn more about SurfTech?
Well, easy enough, www.surftech.com. There's so much information on that website. Spend hours on that thing. There's a board selection guide. There's the homepage has got a bunch of different directional buttons where you can go for kite, for stand-up, for surf, for skim. Everything you need is surftech.com.
Awesome. All right, thanks,
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.